This video comes from Lustenhower, 3 color zones in the face. This is a very important concept. I might have to skip through some of this, but this idea about these different color zones is very helpful to keep in mind. So here you see he's got these 3 sort of zones mixed up on the palette. I haven't listened to him talk about this, but this is how it breaks down. You have the more yellow zone. So these are more like your ochre type color. These are going to be primarily in the upper portion of the face and more in the highlights. Then you have this more warm color. This is going to be a little bit more red. That's going to be towards the midsection. And then something a little bit more cool, a little bit more gray. That's what you're going to find down around the chin.
And I said there is some ochre to be seen.
Yeah, so he just pointed out there's some ochre to be seen in this upper portion, in the forehead area.
There is not so much blood over there.
Exactly. So there's not as much blood in the forehead. That's going to be an area where you have, of course, a lot of bone right there close by. It's not so fleshy if you think about like your cheeks, or you think about your eyes, your lips. Those areas, of course, have a lot more blood flowing through them. So those areas are going to be much more warm. The forehead, it's going to be more in that yellow range. Just think about what areas are going to have more blood. Those areas are going to be more red. The areas that are receding or the areas that are further away from us are generally going to be cooler. And then those areas, of course, especially in this upper portion, those are going to be more yellow, but also some of those highlights and some of the kind of connective areas. So think about that while you're painting. I'm sure he's going to do a more in-depth talk about this here.
Remember, if you come from outside in winter time, these 2 zones are really red because of the blood over there.
Yeah, exactly. So any of those areas you can think about when you're fleshed, or if you're coming inside from being cold, it's going to be more blood flowing in those areas, and it's really going to stand out. So you can think about that to picture where you should actually be adding more of that warmth.
Now, the third color is the grayish one on the upper lip here, the chin, and here is more combination of the 3.
Yeah, so that's the basic layout. That's basically what you're going to find. You're going to have, that more yellow upper portion, the midsection, or any area that has more blood. For example, the mouth, the nose, the eyes, those are especially going to be more red. And then down as you get towards the chin, it's going to be more towards gray. Plus, any area that is really receding, you want to cool down a bit as well and put it more towards gray.
It's a very thin wash.
Yeah, again, the ears, it's going to have a lot of blood flowing if you think about in the winter time. Yeah, so that's the basic breakdown. I mean, he didn't really go too much more in depth about those colors, but it's pretty straightforward. You have the 3 different zones, as you pointed out, and this is, what you can see he's worked further into. So this is just adding some more of those light and shadows and bringing a little bit more detail into the picture. But generally speaking, that's a great way to kind of separate the face and to think about these different color mixtures that you're going to need. You're going to need some more of that warm brown for the shadows. You're going to have the yellow up top, more of the red in the middle. It's going to get a little bit closer towards gray as you go further down towards the chin and the jawline. And of course, those areas that are going to have more blood flowing need more red always. The eyes should look like blood, the mouth, and the areas that are receding are going to get cooler. So that's a basic breakdown of how to think about these colors. Thank you, Ben, for the video. If you have any questions, if you would like me to react to any videos, feel free to leave that in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.